Over the last couple of weeks, I've seen so many questions and comments and screenshots about the fact that Star Wars Hunters is seemingly releasing on Xbox, PlayStation and PC on August 30th. So in today's video, I just wanted to really quickly clear things up because a lot of people have been asking this question. So hopefully as many people can see this video as possible because it's getting pretty tedious now. But before I do get into that, make sure you are subscribed to the channel to stay fully up to date with all things Star Wars Hunters. So right off the bat, no, Star Wars Hunters is not releasing on Xbox, PlayStation and PC on August 30th. However, Star Wars Outlaws is. Now, Star Wars Outlaws is the brand new open world Star Wars game set between episode 5 and 6, where you play as a scoundrel in Cave S. And I am incredibly excited for that game. It just went gold last week or the week before. So the development of the game is completely finished, which is incredible news to hear. So like I said, that does release on August 30th and not Hunters on other platforms. So why then is Google saying that Hunters is releasing on August 30th on these platforms? And that is simply because of Google's new AI. I say new, it's probably about a month or two old now, but Google introduced an AI onto their search bar. I don't really know anything about it other than the fact that it has happened, and literally within its first day it was getting so many things wrong. It's honestly terrible. And so I think the reason why it's getting Hunters confused with Outlaws is because a hunter and an outlaw could, I guess, be kind of a close thing, and because therefore the name of the games are quite similar in Star Wars Hunters and Star Wars Outlaws. I think Google's AI is just getting very confused as to what Hunters and Outlaws is and the fact that there is a difference between the two of them. So it's just spewing out the fact that the game is releasing on other platforms on August 30th when obviously we know it's not. That is Star Wars Outlaws. And despite correcting people on this in the past, I have had some people say that, oh well, maybe it is still releasing then and they're just releasing them on the same day, which I'm going to be brutally honest, I found incredibly bizarre because first of all, absolutely not, because Zynga would have told us that the game is releasing on other platforms on this particular day if that was happening. And secondly, there is no chance in hell that Lucasfilm would ever let a game release on the same day as another big important game release for Star Wars. That just absolutely would not happen, especially because if Hunters was releasing on August 30th on those same platforms as Outlaws, that would hinder Outlaws' performance and vice versa. Outlaws would hinder Hunters on those platforms, and it would just be a huge mess. So that is absolutely not ever going to happen. Now, with that all being said, Hunters could of course release on these other platforms at some point, maybe later this year or early next year. We will just have to wait and see. There's been loads of comments by the social media page saying that the Hunters team are pushing to get it on other devices and they are looking into other platform releases, this, that and the other. So there is definitely hope for it to release on these other platforms, but we will just have to wait because ultimately this game was a Nintendo Switch and mobile game first and foremost. So porting it over to other platforms is going to take a bit of time, but I do really hope that we get to see it at some point in the future. But until you see it from an official source, please do not even consider thinking about the fact that it's going to be on other platforms anytime soon, because it most likely is just Google's AI being terrible or just people trying to troll you, because at this moment in time there has been no mention of it releasing on other platforms as of yet. Of course, when we do find out, I will make a video on it as well, so if you don't necessarily follow official channels too much, but you do follow me, then I like to think myself as very reputable and as open as I can be with these things, and I will only ever post things about a launch date officially if it comes from an official channel. So unless you see it directly from these official channels or you've seen me say it because it's come from an official channel, then it's best to not look into these things too much. But that is it from me today. Hopefully this has helped to clear things up for some of you guys. That is it from me today though. Thank you all very much for watching and may the force be with you always.